It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. 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 It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices, located in the Greengate East Plaza below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Say feed it through there maybe, but yeah, just so it's not like I don't want it to be on the front of that, so it yeah, I didn't want it to be resting against this, but yeah, side there. Awesome, thank you.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. 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 It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh.
Good evening, hockey fans. Welcome to the Frozen Pond Arena here in Valencia, Pennsylvania. It is a PIHL D2 matchup between the visiting Burrell Bucks and the home Knoch Knights. Burrell out on the ice now, so we'll talk about them while Knoch makes their way to the rink. They are in the blue with the white trim and black. They are the Challenge Cup champions from last year of the PIHL, the East and West showdown. PIHL versus the Eastern teams in the state. Remember, I was on the call for that one. It's a fun one, but this year, a little bit different. 7-3-0-2 for Drew Burkett's squad. Of course, assisted by former players Bryce Schuler and Chance Watkins. Team managers Amber Hensel. It's going to be number 5, Dante Taliani. Number 6 will be Thomas Kilgore. Number 7 will be Adam Sheftik. Number 8 will be Jacob Rose. Number 9, Braden Snyder. Number 10 will be Dimitri Taliano. Number 16 will be Alex Hadjic. Number 22 will be Colton Boda. Number 26 will be Jared Wall. Number 51, Cooper Suman. That's my phonetic spelling, apologize. Number 53 will be Dom Gladish. Starting in goal tonight, number 60 will be Seth Munda. Number 62 will be Harry Hensel. Number 74 will be Brody Ziegler. Backing up this evening, Jonah Endlich will be wearing number 76. Number 77 will be Asher Ross. Ryan Burkett will be wearing 84. Aaron Holm will be wearing 86. Forrest Baird wearing double 8s. And 96 will be Dom Rosa, rounding up the Burrell Bucks, who, as Coach Burkett was saying in the pregame, are starting to really get in their groove this season, sitting in 3rd place in the blue division. On the opposite side, well, I looked at my scoreboard and I realized I called their last game, so we could talk about them a little bit more this evening. In the white with the gold trim of the Knoch Knights. They're led by head coach Nick Minton. Number 5 will be Zach Weiland. Number 7 will be Braden Canos. Captain tonight, number 8, Brady Lindeman. Number 9 will be Tyson Volek. Number 18 will be Garrett Mitchell. Cross Sweeney will be wearing number 26. Calvin McLaughlin backing up this evening in the cage, wearing number 31. Number 35 will be Corbin Fallon. Number 38 will be Bryce Davis. Number 53, Nico Savannah. Mitchell Myers will be wearing number 55. Peyton McIntyre, number 58. Number 71 will be Andy Retchkich. Number 81, Drew Ross. Number 84, alternate captain Cam Christie. Brady Heisel will be wearing 88. And number 93, the PIHL Player of the Month, Sinjin McHattie. Knoch, 8 straight victories for the Knights coming into this contest, so it is going to be a showdown. Have not played since that game last month that I called in the middle of the month. They played one game against Swickley Academy as a warm-up last week. Nick Minton explains it's been more like 9 wins for them this season. But of course, that game against Connellsville did not have its lack of interest, as Knoch blew the lead in the 3rd period to watch Connellsville come back to a 5-4 trailing, and then was able to hold on to it late. Said he learned a lot from that game. They certainly learned that they can't play slow hockey in the 3rd period. They have to watch for their opponents, and it is almost like the playoffs are ramping up for them. Both squads feeling the exact same way about that. Once again, my name is Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me on 10 Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. We'll be back with your opening face-off from Frozen Pond Arena. It is Burgh Hockey Night here on 10 Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. All right, these two teams, of course, they always look forward to playing each other. It's a semi-rivalry here in the PIHL. The first of 2 games for these two teams in a non-division showdown. They will play once again on January 15th at 8:15 at PIA. But here, our opening contest will go like this. These two teams on the northern fringes of Pittsburgh region. I said it, Knoch. It felt like they had a lot of players last year grow into the varsity program, bringing that along and training these younger players on how to play the varsity game. On the opposite side, Burrell, hoping to get back this season. Of course, the runners-up in the D2 division in the league championship to Morgantown, but represented the PIHL in the Challenge Cup because of their location in the state of Pennsylvania last year. And they were able to win a game at Robert Morris. That is a lot of consideration for the state championship if you think about it without actually having the title. That'll be played again this year on the east side. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But we're going to get ready here. Of course, as I always say, the names come with the number. As we progress into the game, face-off will come at center. Linneman will step in with Burkett. And ladies and gentlemen, we are underway here at Frozen Pond Arena. Face-off will be won by the Bucks. Back to home. Passes this one out. He's going to get this back into the zone. Weiland chases it down. And, of course, my favorite part of any Knoch home game, the vortex that is in our left corner. I can't see anything, so don't even bother to ask. Coming across comes the lineman out of the yard. Linneman will dump this one into the zone, and I did find out that I was saying that wrong all last game, so I apologize. Christie will pass this one around. Back up for Weiland at the point. Weiland will skate in around a defender, passes one in, looking for Linneman. He couldn't get to it. That'll be cleared up, but not out to Snyder. That'll come out of the zone. Baird tries to get around Forrest. Baird, nice little play to get around a defender, brings it into the zone. Skates around, has to get Weiland going down into the corner, pressured by Linneman. Weiland, Baird into the corner and into the abyss. Back up they go. Puck jumps into the air. It'll be thrown down to Holm. Holm's shot will go just into the corner. Looks more like a pass through. Behind, picked up by Volek. Regrouping, a little bit of pressure there from Hadjic. That'll be cleared up into the fall corner where Wall collects it. Jared Wall is back down. Volek will dump this one out, and it goes the length. They'll chase it down, but far enough that the officials are going to call this one icing with 15:30 remaining here in the first frame. Scoreless at Frozen Pond Arena. Just to let you know, this is part of a doubleheader tonight. We will be following with North Hills and Butler. Will be part of our Berg Hockey Night doubleheader. And then we have not done for the week as Thursday picked up a game at Kirk Nevin Arena. Hempfield and Greater Latrobe. Special surprise for everybody at home with the announcer on that one. But it'll be a face-off one by Hadjic. That comes out of the zone. Suman will chase this one down. Back around Hensel. Back out to the point. Picked up by Drew Ross. He'll just watch this one get bounced out of the zone. They'll regroup. Into the zone goes Cooper Suman. Will go back around to the point and kept in by Burrell. Hadjic gets one across. Wall shot. Save made. Rebound comes on by the starter, Helsel. Helsel 6-3 on the season, a .367 goals against average and an .844 save percentage. Back across. Hadjic up at the point. Dumps this one in behind. The Knights regroup. Go down into the abyss. Wall throws one in front. Oh, Taliani was there, but unable to finish it. Burkett can't get to it either. They'll regroup, and out of the zone come the Knights. Pressure here by the Bucks, keeping them deep in their own zone. The Burkett comes in. Burkett shot. Helsel with the save. Goes into the near corner. Regrouping back down. Goes into the abyss in our right corner, our left corner here. Back up Ross. Ross shot goes through everybody. Tip in front by Baird goes into the corner. He'll go back, regroup. It'll come out to the point, picked up by the Knights, and Christie will McIntyre tops this one out, but Forrest Baird falling down as he comes in. Christie with an opportunity. Can't play it to himself, so Sheflick throws this one across for Burkett. He tries to tip this one in. Nobody home. That'll be picked up, carried out, and St. John McCaddy will chase it down. It's going to go past the starter on the opposite side, Burrell. Seth Munda, 3-1, 249, goals against average and 890 save percentage. That's going to be an icing call anyway with 13:47 remaining in the first frame. It's as busy as I expected it to be in this contest. Shots are 2-0 in favor of Burrell. I'm going to have to get up and get a better view of this one. Back down it goes. The face-off will be won back by Linneman. They're going to go back out and dumped out by Cross Swaney. And that's going to go for another icing call here. 13:38 remaining in the first frame. Face-off coming up to the left of Helsel. Helsel, the senior netminder for the Knoch Knights. Linneman wins the face-off, but it's going to be picked up and shot on. Bounces in the air. It's going to go just behind the cage. Nice opportunity there. That was Colton Boda. Carrying it out is St. John McCaddy. Here comes McCaddy into the zone. Gets around a couple defenders, brings it in, looks for the backhand. Going to get it across. Swaney will take it, but it's going to be tipped out. And it'll be cleared up by the Bucks. Can't find Boda on the way out. Was Rose. Boda turns it around, takes a shot on it. It's going to be blocked. We got a player down. That's Weiland. Feeling worse for the wear behind the cage. Weiland looking for the hit. Picked up. Linneman can't get to it. McCaddy in the near corner. And that's going to be cleared once again the length of the ice. And Knoch getting their money's worth today as Burrell will bring in it early. 12:51 remaining. Third or fourth icing on the day already for the Knights. Gladish will step in with McIntyre. It's going to be one back into the corner. So he picked up and cleared up, but not out. Nice little keep in there by Hensel. Harry Hensel is going to try to get the opportunity there. It's going to be turned over and cleared up past the waiting stick of Peyton McIntyre, and another icing call here for the Knights. Going to do it again. 12:33 remaining. McIntyre steps in with Gladish. It's going to be one back on net. That's all with the save. Helsel looking for another go at it this week. The Knights have not played in a PIHL game since that game against Connellsville that we called a couple weeks ago. Well, a week and a half before the Thanksgiving break. Into some with Gladish. Gladish brings it in, throws one on. Saved by Helsel. Rebound comes back out. Kilgore couldn't get to it. Comes back around. Gladish just throws it out for Ross, who brings it over to Sheftick. Sheftick around for Kilgore. He'll just let that one bounce back in. That'll be picked up by Volek. He gets a little bit of pressure, but brings it in the zone. Volek comes on shot. Scores! Wearing the Weiland on the back, but the Volek on the number, and that is Volek giving the Knoch Knights a 1-0 lead. Tyson Volek with the goal, his fourth of the season. Burkett will step in, and it is 1-0 at 11:49 of the first frame. Knoch taking an early lead. Into the zone, no go. So picked up, and Knoch trying to get another one here quickly. Save made by Munda. And we'll have another face-off coming up, this time in the Burrell zone. Munda, the senior, 3-1, one of those, and another loss. So again, the overtime against Ringgold this season. That'll be dumped in. Taliani gets the puck. He'll dump this one back out, but kept in by the Knights. This will be cleared up, and Hadjic brings it into the zone. Hadjic gets to try to get around a defender. Nice pass to Taliani. Taliani throws one, tip in, scores! Jared Wall with a pretty tip in. 11:18 remaining, and we're tied at 1. Well, we thought it was going to be interesting. Burrell came out flying early, didn't give any opportunities to knock. They did the best with what they had, but left a wide open opportunity for Burrell to bring it in. And the Bucks tie it up at 1 on a Wall goal. Jared Wall, his 9th of the season, and bringing in an opportunity here. Shot on, scores! Dom Rosa with the goal. 2-1 Burrell. 12 seconds apart for the Bucks. Rosa with his 3rd on the season. Linneman steps in with Burkett, and we're back. It's up to Swaney. Swaney's pass will go in, looking for Linneman. He brings it into the zone. We tipped across. That's going to be Braden Snyder. Dumps one in front, picked up, coming out is Rosa. Dom Rosa on the backhand. Gets wrong to the half wall. Going to get a little bit of pressure there. Help from Burkett. Burkett drops it back to the point. That's going to be tipped on. And that is a save by the starter, Helsel. 10:36 remaining here in the first frame. Peyton McIntyre steps in with Colton Boda. Face-off will be won forward by Boda. It's going to go back behind, and that'll be picked up by Volok. Volok carrying it out of the zone. Volok. It's around a defender. It's going to be picked up and dumped around by the Bucks. Down into the corner, chasing it down is McIntyre. Home. It's the opportunity to pounce this one out. Going back to the point. Mitchell can't keep it in. Mitchell passes it back for Weiland, who bounces one out. Finds McIntyre. McIntyre brings it in, dumps it in behind everybody. Myers will chase it down, but Holm will not get there first. McIntyre throws one on the backhand. Had an opportunity. And it'll be thrown on and held on to by the... Sorry, the net will come off. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I apologize. I'm standing up. What you see in your top right corner is a stanchion. I see nothing below the circles other than what I have on my camera right now. So I apologize if I miss some of that. I have the camera angle below me. Come down for this face-off. It's going to be Linneman stepping in with Taliani. Dante Taliani, 13 points on the season coming into this one. The captains will wait and see what they're talking about. All right, face-off coming up. One over. McCaddy couldn't get to it. He's playing the point. Back out it goes. Opportunity coming on. Dante Taliani. A little bit of pressure there from Weiland. Taliani gets around a pair of fives. Battle once more behind the cage. McCaddy will get the puck. McCaddy across the blue, across the red, into the zone. The reigning player of the PIHL Player of the Month, McCaddy, will dump this one around for Linneman. Linneman has Weiland. Weiland top of the circle. Shot blocked. Comes back out and cleared up to the point and out. McCaddy carries it back into his own zone. Leaves it for Linneman. The captain carries it in around the other captain. Linneman gets around a couple people. He skates it back. Gets around the half wall to McCaddy up at the point. Coming across. Weiland shot tipped around. Christie looked for the tip in front. Nobody home. Cooper Suman can't get to it, so it's going to go around. The referee will lose track of it, and that will be another face-off coming up. 8:54 remaining in the first. 2-1 Burrell leading Knoch. Told you we were going to have a fun one here at Frozen Pond Arena. Linneman steps in with Burkett. Face-off will be won by the Bucks. A little bit of help there by Hadjic. Back out McCaddy. McCaddy coming up in front of us. Brings it into the zone, throws one across for Christie. Christie skates back around. Linneman will just watch this one go off his skate. Hensel dumps this one up, and Linneman couldn't keep it in off of his glove. He does touch it. Make sure there's no hand pass on it. It'll come back around. Linneman into the zone. Linneman, top of the circle shot. Save made by Munda, and that one goes back down the length of the ice. Weiland chases down. There was a penalty, I'm sorry, on home of Burrell, so it has been a power play. I apologize for not paying attention to that one. Carrying it in is Ross. It's around McIntyre. Real fast Knoch, 32.3% on the power play on the opposite side, an 89.7% penalty kill for Burrell, but it doesn't matter, it's over. Back around it goes. Burkett waits. We're even strength here. Snyder behind the cage. It'll be dumped up around everybody and out of play. 7:41 remaining. Another face-off coming up. See what they call it. If I was to say a betting man, it's going to be down low. It is. Both these teams have their best periods in the second. Both have 24 goals scored in the second. Knoch scoring 24 in the first and 17 in the first for the Burrell Bucks. But this one's 2-1. Knoch only giving, each team only giving up 5 goals in the period. They're looking for the line changes here. They're going to go directly to our left in front of us. It's off McIntyre, steps in with Wall. Weiland brings into the zone, offside. 7:26 remaining. I say in front of the Burrell bench. Face off one by McIntyre. He'll dump it forward. Taliani moves it in on the backhand. It'll be picked up by Weiland. Weiland throws one out. Sheftik watches going. There's a big hit to our left. But Sheftik gets it around for Baird. Forrest Baird will carry it in the zone. Baird shot low. Save made. Helsel. Rebound goes into the corner. As it goes into the dark abyss in our left side, it'll come out to Ross. Ross's shot will come through, and it's going to be Swaney kicking it off to the side of the net. Holm throws one around looking for Baird. McIntyre up to the point. Sheftik throws one down for Ross. Ross keeps it in the zone. Ross throws one through, but it's going to be picked up by the Knights. The Knights trying to get it out of the zone, making it so far, but Wall's able to keep it in. Bouncing puck goes to Wall. He skates around a couple defenders. Keeps it into the zone. They'll play in the corner. And now it'll come back out to Ross. Ross throws one on looking for the tip in front. Does get tipped to the far corner. Picked up. Dom Rosa watches as it comes out of the zone, and that'll be dumped back in by the Bucks. 6:12 remaining in the first frame. 2-1 Burrell leading here. It is Berg Hockey Night, Berg Hockey Live on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10-Band TV. I'm Brian Mitchell. Thank you for joining me. This will be dumped back in by the Knights. By the Bucks, and then it goes around. It's better than last Thursday when I had both teams called the Lancers, so back up to Holm. Holm dumps one into the corner. That one goes across. Picked up behind the cage, and around it goes on a pass by Kilgore. Tom Kilgore can't just to go back down and try to help it out. That'll be picked up by Hadjic. He'll get pressured by 2 white jerseys, and it comes back out to the point. Dumped in by Braden Schneider. Snyder watches this one go around and back out. It will come back to us, and that's going to be a penalty coming up, and it's going to be on Burrell. It's going to be Holm going back. Aaron Holm with a tripping minor. 5:18 remaining in the first, the second of the contest. And the Knights will head back to the power play. Once again, I didn't get it earlier, but it's 32.3% power play percentage for Knoch. On the opposite side, the penalty kill of an 89.7% for the Burrell Bucks. The Bucks have, let's see if I can count this up quickly, 2 shorthanded goals on the year. The big shooters are McCaddy and Linneman for Knoch, 4 power play goals apiece. Cam Christie has 2. So we cleared back in. Linneman takes a little bit of pressure around, carrying it out is Volok. Volok into the zone, shot, save made. Rebound comes down into the corner. It'll come back out and cleared out. Linneman will have to chase this one down. No pressure from the Bucks. 4:43 remaining, 1:24 remaining in the power play. Out it comes. McCaddy into the zone, full head of steam, gets around a couple of better shot on, save made. Munda, rebound comes on, scores! The Knights tie it up, and let's see, it is going to be Drew Ross, his first of the season. 4:33 remaining, 2-2 is your score. Drew Ross getting on the board for the year. Power play goal. It's able to find the loose puck around the crease. Munda unable to get to it. 2-2 is your score. Here we go. Face-off will be won back into the zone. Cleared up and up. Taliani passes one around to Hadjic. Hadjic into the zone. Regroup. Hadjic throws one. It just goes wide of the cage. Back out to the point. Suman just wide of the cage. Hadjic throws one through. Wall with an opportunity. Couldn't finish it off. They'll go back across. Dante Taliani watches this one. Gets passed up to Myers. Myers brings it into the zone. Fires one on. Takes a hit from Taliani for his McIntyre. Has to watch for Davis. Davis skates around. A regroup. Wall taking a hit on the half wall and cleared up and into the benches. We'll have another face-off coming up. 3:38 remaining in the first frame. All right, Braden Knaus is wearing number 13 this evening. Wasn't 100% sure on that one. But we have a face-off win by the Bucks. Back around home. Throws one up along the half wall. And this one goes back into the zone. Picked up, thrown around. Opportunity in front for Burkett. Couldn't tip this one home. Comes back up. They'll regroup. Back out off the skate of Volok. Rosa along the half wall. Brings one in. Hack down for Burkett. It'll be picked up by Mitchell. Hack around. Volok couldn't get to it, so Rosa will watch him go around. Nice play by Rosa to get off the defender. Coming back out, but he gets too much on that one. Holm will have to chase it down. Chasing it down is Christie. Christie back into the zone. Sorry, Holm into the zone. Throws one up along for Rosa. He'll just tip this one back in. That's going to be enough for icing call with 2:46 remaining in the first frame. Of course, we're all coming up on the Christmas break. What do we have going ahead on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest 10-band TV? The second half of this doubleheader will be North Hills and Butler. And then we will head to the east side of the city, Kirk Nevin Arena, Hempfield, and Greater Latrobe. Moving around to by the airport for the RMU Island Sports Center next Monday, a doubleheader Can't wait to see you guys out there. If you can't join us there, watch us live on 10 Band TV in Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. We're putting together the schedule for the month of January right now. A couple really interesting matchups on that one. Went back in around. This will be picked up by Cross Swaney. Back up, goes past Rekich. Up for Ross. Ross throws one through, but that's going to be Knoch. Unable to get it out of the zone. It does stay out. Ziegler with a big hit. Opportunity, Rekich. He'll just dump this one in on the cage, and that'll be held on by Munda. The Bucks will throw this one up for Rose. Rose carries it in across center into the zone. Waits, thinks around, gets a big hit in the void. And it'll be cleared up, looking for Lineman. Linneman into the zone. He gets around a couple defenders. Linneman had a head start on everybody, but a nice little stick there by Suman. He gets around everybody again. Linneman with another shot. Rebound comes back down, and that's going to be picked up by Suman, and he'll carry it out of the zone. Into the zone. Suman gets around a couple defenders, but can't get around all of them. Weiland loses his stick, but plays it with his skate into the void. Swaney helps for Linneman across. That'll be picked up by Christie. The alternate captains will battle in the corner with Burkett and Swaney. Sorry, and Linneman. A pair of 84s. You don't get to say that very often. Out on the ice. 46 seconds remaining in the frame. It comes out. Hensel. A little bit of pressure coming on. You can feel the intensity starting to ramp up here in a 2-2 game. Shots are 5-7 in favor of the Bucks. 2-2 is your score. Hack down it goes. 24 seconds. Shot goes around. It's going to be behind Forrest Baird. Baird a little bit of pressure from Christie. Cam Christie watches it go out to the point. Snyder's shot will be low, tipped around, and goes up into the near half wall while it sits in the void. We'll wait and see how it falls out. This one will get played into the near corner, I assume. I love this rink whenever it comes to this. The student sections are awesome. You can't see what's going on your left side, but it's always fun. But that is the end of your first. With the score, the Burrell Bucks 2, the Knoch Knights 2. We'll be back with your second frame here momentarily on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10 Band TV.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Back here for the second frame. 2-2 is your score. Volek and Walg open up the scoring for Knoch and Burrell, followed by a Dom Rosa even strength goal and a power play goal by Drew Ross. But here we go into the second frame. Knoch in white, gold, and black. Blue team is Burrell. Hadachik will step in with McIntyre, and we will be underway here in the second frame. Wall will take the puck as he brings it into the zone. It'll be picked up by Volek. Volek throws one up for Knoch. Knoch gets separated there by Taliani. Taliani launches the Knoch, brings it in. Knoch brings it around. Back down Snyder. Snyder regroups, back around Knoch. Throws one in front. Shot goes wide of the cage by Mitch Myers. Goes back out and picked up by Hadjic, and it comes out of the zone. Wall will have to watch as it goes to Weiland. Zach Weiland brings one across for Knoch. Back down it goes. Into the corner. That's going to be cleared back out by Snyder all the way down to Volok. For McIntyre. McIntyre gets around a defender. Taliani couldn't play it, so it's going to be picked up and carried out by Myers. Myers in the zone, gets around a couple defenders, could not get past Snyder. Nice play there. Knoch with a little bit of a helper there. Goes back around and dumped out up for Taliani, and that is going to be, I'm looking to see what's going on. In the void, we are probably going to get a penalty, as I'm seeing one official. One is still down there. I'm assuming that that's going to be a minor on somebody here. It's going to be a minor on Snyder. And that is of the roughing variety. And they're going to each get one. So it's going to be Myers for the Knoch Knights and Snyder on the opposite side. So they're going to go 5-on-5 here. Coincidental minors, 15-54. Face-off coming to the right of Helsel. Be won by the Knights and out. St. John McCaddy will chase it down. Sheftick can't get to it in time. Icing is your call. They'll bring it all the way back down. Linneman will step in with Burkett. Face-off will be won around through to Christie. He'll dump out looking for Sheftick. We'll go around for Rosa on the Baird. That'll come back out. Rosa leaves it around. Christie with a little bit of pressure to keep it. That come going out. Burkett shot. Short side save by Helsel. 15:26 remaining here in the second frame. 2-2 is your score. Face off to the left of Helsel. Burkett will win this one back to himself. He'll come back into the corner. Ross comes in for a little bit of pressure. Burkett falling down is going to be picked up and carried out by McCaddy. You can't get caught flat-footed on St. John McCaddy. Brings it in, throws one across, looking for the tip in front, but Ross into the corner. That is Asher Ross. On the opposite side is Drew Ross, 81. That comes back out. Forrest Baird into the off. Forrest Baird throws one on. 88 on 88. 88 makes the save on 88. 14:56 remaining here in a second. Good line changes to plenty. Let's see what we have. It's going to be Boda stepping in with McIntyre to the right. McIntyre and Boda. A late line change. Savannah comes on. And back it goes. Weiland falls down trying to clear the puck. The Bucks getting the early pressure here. Boda. It's a little bit of pressure there from Weiland. Weiland goes down in the process. Pass to Savannah. Hensel's shot's tipped and goes wide. Rebound comes on. A diving shot by Jake Rose. It stays in. Boda throws one on, bounces into the air. Back around Swaney. Backhands one through, and this one gets cleared up past Savannah. And for McIntyre, around for Weiland. Weiland down to Swaney. Falling down was a Buck, and coming back around, Savannah will watch this one get out. That was Rose falling down in the corner. Weiland, a little bit of pressure from Boda. Boda takes a hit. Weiland goes down awkwardly. Does get back up on his own power. That comes back to Russ looking for Savannah, but it's going to be picked off by Ziegler. Knoch will throw this one across for Swaney and into the zone. Savannah can't get it into the zone, so it comes back out. Swaney throws one through. They're going to play hot potato in the neutral zone. Hensel hits Savannah. Coming back down, Swaney We'll throw one up off the official. It's going to be turned over. Opportunity here off the official is Wall, and he'll hold on to it. That one was a clearing attempt off the official. Wall heads up play to pick it up and throw it to the front of the net. Helsel with a nice little save on short notice. 13:32 remaining in the second. Wild bounces here. Linneman steps in with Hedijic. It'll be won by Linneman back. That one comes out of the zone. Chasing it down is Christie. It stays in. Opportunity here for the Knights, but it's going to be picked up. Taliani along the half wall. McCaddy pressuring. Holm coming in. Christie with pressure on him. McCaddy gets a stick on it. Back to the point. That's going to be Volok throwing one through. Opportunity in front for the Knights. McCaddy can't get to it. It's going to be bounced out through the void and back out of the zone. Wall up for Mitchell. Mitchell across for Volok. That'll come back across. Carrying it in is McCaddy. McCaddy gets stood up by Snyder. They're looking for an interference call. They're not going to get one. Back around, coming out of the zone is Alex Hadichik. He's going to pass it up for Dante Taliani. Taliani brings it in. Up for Wall. Wall's pressure down. Wall dumps this one in. Gets around a defender, and it's going to be picked up and dumped out by the Knights. Up for Linneman. Linneman has Rekic. It's going to go just behind him. He couldn't make the play. Over for Mitchell. Wall with the pressure. Back around Taliani. Nice play around the benches. He's going to clear it across. Linneman. Linneman waiting for Taliani. Back for Weiland. Over to Linneman. That'll be cleared up and up for Rekic. You could not make the play. It'll be cleared back down by Kilgore. Behind the cage. Chasing it down is Volok. But a little bit of pressure there by the second Taliani. That is Dimitri, number 10. Back down, Volok. Dimitri Taliani looking for the hit. Is going to come back out to the point. Tipped around to Ross. Back for Taliani. Down to Mitchell. He'll dump this one up. Kilgore is going to get the puck. They'll throw one on the cage. Taliani was there, but he's unable to get enough on it. Ross at the point. It's around one defender. Tips one through. Picked up. Kilgore will dump this one down. Volok trapped in his own zone. Is going to take one on the backhand, and it's going to come back out to the point. Kept in nicely by the Bucks. He'll throw one through. Goes under the glove and off the outside of the cage. Goes back into the corner. Gladish goes in. Taliani with the pressure. Gladish gets to it first. Gladish waits for the defender. Throws one up. Oh, off where the crossbar and the post meet. That one's going to bounce out. Back out looking for Kilgore. Kilgore does get to it. Back up to Sheftik. Sheftik at the point. Shots just wide of the cage. Ross. Rebound. Throws one through. Looks for the tip in front. McIntyre throws one back out. And it's going to be cleared out by Savannah. Well, needed icing call for the Knoch Knights, who got absolutely trapped in the offensive zone. Needed that line changed quickly. And with 10:52 remaining in the second frame, we're going to have another face-off to the left of Brady Helsel. Linneman will step in with Burkett. The officials are talking to the bench. Burrell, of course, their assistant coaches are also two of their more recent captains in Bryce Schuler and Chance Watkins. Oh, that's going to be shot over. Save made. Rebound comes back out to the point. Oh, Knoch with another opportunity. A little bit of a traffic jam in front. It's going to go back out to the point. Kept in by the Knights temporarily, but Burkett comes into the zone. Burkett shot just over the shoulder of Helsel. Back up looking for Knaus. It's going to come back out. Ross trying to get it around. Throws one up over everybody's head. Past Hensel. Opportunity to come the way Linneman. Linneman into the zone. Gets top of the circle. Shot. Save made. Rebound. Oh, it bounces around. Unable to get to it was McCaddy. Back behind. It's going to be into the void. We'll find out in a second where it pops out. Up in front. Ross at the point. Ross comes picked up, and it's going to be Baird trying to get out. Does do so. Has Rosa. Goes 2-on-2. Baird and Rosa. It's going to be a shot that's blocked. Rebound. Burkett comes back out. Burkett picks up the puck. Skating around. Looks on the backhand. Waits. Turns to the forehand. It's going to be McCaddy with a little bit of pressure. behind on Rosa. That comes back on the point. Baird point blank save made. Helsel rebound held on to. 9:27 remaining in the second frame. Still tied at 2 here at Frozen Pond Arena. The shots are now 12-7 in favor of the Burrell Bucks. The Bucks with an inordinate amount of pressure here in the second frame as it moves along. Boda is going to step in with McIntyre. Face-off will going to be won by the Bucks. Picked up by the Knights. Home will dump this one back in. Swaney chases it into the near corner. Boda with the pressure. Almost gets there first, but Swaney's going to watch it go back for McIntyre. Rose falling down, be carried out by the Knights. McIntyre takes a big hit along the boards. Back out it goes Swaney. He's going to pick up the puck, carrying it back in. Has Christie to his left. Rebound comes back out on the shot by Swaney. It's back out to the point. Linneman, nice little keep in. Linneman gets around one defender, can't get around the second. Rose is going to clear this one back in. Weiland checks Boda real fast to make sure he wasn't going to come in and just lets it go for an icing call. 8:44 remaining. Second frame. As I said at the end of the first, it seemed like the intensity starting to pick up here at the Frozen Pond Arena. Well, we're getting there. Both of these teams known for their high-flying style and tough offenses. If they can't go by you, they're going to go through you, and it's one of those immovable objects type situations. 8:41 remaining. Another face-off coming up. Linneman will step in with Hadachik. It's going to be won by Hadachik and dumped up to Ross. Asher Ross with a little pressure there. It's going to be Taliani with a hit along. Nice little play by Hadachik up for Wall. Wall will just play to himself, but it's going to be too far for him as the Bucks will have to regroup. Knoch will throw this one over for Mitchell. Mitchell back into his own zone. Throws one over for Volok. He'll dump this one off the back of Linneman. And that'll go back to everybody. McCaddy picking up an opportunity here, but pressure there by the Bucks, and as we clear up looking for Taliani. Taliani does touch it, but is unable to move it forward to himself. It'll be dumped back in by Hadachik. Coming back down, Volok with the hit on Hadachik behind the cage. That comes back out through everybody, and that's going to go back down. They're going to hopefully wave off the icing here. They do so while that'd be Knoch coming back over. Oh, turnover to Linneman. Could not finish it up. It's going to be turned the other way. Back up for Taliani. Watch it go by. Volok on the forward move around. Back out for the Knights. Up for Myers. Myers watches as this puck gets moved around. Picked up by Christie. Opportunity coming into the zone. It's going to come right back out. And Kilgore, it just will dump that one back in as Gladish will look for the pressure. Kilgore gets hit on his way through. Hensel watches as this one gets dumped in past the Mitchell. 7:09 remaining in the second frame. Thank you for joining me here at Frozen Pond. Tip and French save made. Rebound by Taliani. Rebound held on to by Hensel, and it'll be another face-off. Before I was delayed, thank you for joining me here on this Monday evening. It is Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night at 10-Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Burrell and Knoch tied up at 2. I'm Mitch. Thank you for joining me. I swear, one of these days, we're going to win the ratings war with those Steelers. I'll tell you right now. Gladish steps in with McIntyre back out. Hensel can't keep it in. Savannah is going to try to tip it back to himself, but a couple blue shirts combine. It's going to be dumped in by Kilgore. Back behind for Davis. He'll skate behind the cage. Looking for the breakout. Davis up along the half wall. We'll dump this one clear all the way back down for Suman. Suman. Cooper Suman, the sophomore for Burrell. Brings it through, and it's going to go on the cage and held on to by the starter, Seth Munda. Face-off will take place in the void. It's going to be McIntyre and Burkett. It's going to be won by Burkett back. Alongside Brandon Schneider will throw this one back out of the zone. That's going to go clear up. Picked up nicely by Forrest Baird. Baird throws one through. It's going to be tipped all the way down. Bringing it up is Ross. Ross passes it back to McIntyre. He's going to look around. Savannah up for Snyder. Shot. Save made. Goes back over to the half wall. It's Davis. Throws one down. Picked up Forrest Baird. Oh, lays a hit in front. It's going to come out of the zone. Waiting in front of the cages was Holm. He'll just dump this one into the far. Ross. Drew Ross throws one around. Picks up by Davis. Goes back down for McIntyre. McIntyre. The senior. Watches it go over to Ross, and it's going to be picked up. Baird will throw one on the turnaround, and it's going to go wide of the cage. Back to Ross in the near corner. It's going to be tipped back out. Savannah leaves it down where Rosa will set up shot. Throws one in front. Oh, had Burkett in front. Could not finish it up, and it's going to be cleared back down the length of the ice. But that's going to be Munda coming out, and Holm will regroup. Throws this one back down for Rosa. That one goes the length, and icing is the call. 5:08 remaining in the second frame. 2-2 is your score. Well, come all the way back down. So again, you have another contest after this one. North Hills and Butler in a single A matchup. Linneman will step in here with the opposite captain, Dante Taliani. The seniors step in. Officials line them up, and we are good to go. It'll be one back. Swaney can't keep it into the... He does keep it in the zone. Okay, Swaney watches it go into the void. Wish I could tell you what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. A couple big hits in front of the student section. Face-off comes... Oh, that was a clearing pass right across the front of the ice. And Wall carries it out. Wall head of steam in. He has Weiland to beat. Stops on a dime. Weiland with still all over him with pressure. That's going to be thrown in front. Then rebound comes on. Taliani with the opportunity. Helsel with the save. Rebound comes on. Backhand shot. Ziegler couldn't finish it up. Knoch will throw this one out to the point. Kept by Ross, and it's going to be picked up by Linneman coming the other way as McCaddy. Linneman comes on. Shot just wide of the cage. Comes all the way down. Knoch keeps this one up to McCaddy. Kept in by Knoch. He's going to bring it around. That's going to come back down around and go up for Christie. Christie will block, picked up, looking for Linneman. Christie battles along, but it's going to be two blue shirts trying to get on him. Does get it to Linneman temporarily. Knoch with an opportunity, could not finish it up, and it's going to be cleared up by the Burrell Bucks. They bring it out of the zone. Wall has to watch it get turned over to Christie. Christie brings it back to Sheftick. Sheftick dumps this one in the length of the ice. Swaney wants to go for an icing call. 3:48 remaining here in the second frame. Well, if you were joining me last week for the Deer Lakes Neshannock game, I apologize at the end of the game for the call being poor for you guys. Oh, look, who decided to show up for this contest in the end zone? If that isn't PIHL Commissioner Tom Halliburka hiding in the green hoodie. Back around, Christie. Looking for McIntyre. Throws one across, looking for Weiland. It's going to be kept in, and ladies and gentlemen, that is off its moorings. We'll have another face-off down low, 3:36 remaining. Commish is in the building here this evening. He likes to keep a low profile, so I try to call him out every chance I can. Face-off will be won by the Bucks. Hensel throws one around for Rose. Tipped out past Mitchell, carrying it down. Uh-oh, here comes 2-on-1. Opportunity shot wide of the cage by Colton Boda. Hensel's going to try to keep this one along the half wall. McIntyre's out, but Boda coming back to a little bit of pressure. It's going to be dumped back in past Rose. This one goes in for Mitchell. Mitchell behind the cage, throws one up to the point. Hensel's going to pick that one up and just dump this one in behind for Rose. Rose has Bullock with him, but it's going to be a little bit of pressure there to help out by Gladish. And it's going to be dumped around Boda. Nice little block in front. Boda gets around a defender. Boda looking for the shot. It's going to be broken up. And McIntyre goes down, and he is down and hurting. That was an unquenchable. McIntyre is down. He turned in as Boda went for the hit. I'm not going to speculate on it, but we'll be back momentarily.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out?
McIntyre got turned around in the corner. Boda laid the hit on an awkward angle. He's heading off on his own power with the EMT. They're getting him checked out. There's a little bit of a, like I said, there will be a penalty. Boda's going to head off 2 minutes. So power play coming up for the Knights in a 2-2 game. I guess they are going to call it 2 and a 10 here. We have a second player into the... Looks like it's going to be a 2 and a 10 for Boda as they put a second player in the box. All right. Face-off coming up to the left. Amunda. Burkett will lose the face-off back by Linneman. Over for McCaddy. McCaddy shot. He blocked. Goes into the void. Back up along. Back down. Christie. For a player to be named later, and it's going to come outside the zone. It's a call, and they're going to call a face-off outside the zone. Are they saying hand pass? Hand pass will call that one outside the zone, so that'll happen in front of us to our left. 2:37 remaining in the period, 1:47 remaining in this one. Burkett could also be a high stick. Back down Weiland. McCaddy is going to carry it across center, across the blue, into the zone. Back up for Linneman. Back down, Volek. Back for Linneman. Linneman, opportunity, Scott scores! There was no room there for that shot. The window had to have only been a foot squared, but he found it, and Linneman gives Knoch the lead, 3-2. The only reason I know that is I had a view down Main Street on that one. Beautiful shot by Brady Linneman, his 14th of the season. 5th power play goal on the year. The captain pays dividends. Face off, 2:11 remaining here in the first frame, or second frame. McIntyre steps in with Taliani. There'll be one back past Wall. Davis looks for the backhand around McIntyre. Sorry. Myers into the zone, throws one through. Save made, rebound. Christie couldn't finish it. We had a whistle. Dante Taliani takes a penalty. And it's going to be a Knoch power play with 2:02 remaining. Seeing what they're saying here. Seeing what the official call is. Yep, there it is. Penalty to Tagliani. Christie keeps the puck in. Throws one through, looking for Linneman. Back out to the point. Volok around. Finds Linneman. Linneman throws one through. McCaddy on a saucer. Saying something about a crease violation. Face-off will be won back by Knoch. Up for Christie. This goes in. McCaddy throwing one over to Christie. Back around, looking for Weiland. It's going to be dumped out. 1:25 remaining. It's only about a second between the penalty and the actual game clock, so we're going to come back out. McCaddy into the zone. McCaddy looks to skate one around. Comes back out through the void and out past Rosa up for Volok. 58 seconds remaining in the second period. Out for Knoch. Brady Knoch throws one up for Linneman. They're going to pull the goalie with another penalty coming up. Linneman brings it into the zone. Got the extra attacker on with the delayed minor. This will get dumped back into the corner. And there it is. It's going to be touched up. They're calling a bench minor on Burrell, if I got that correct. It's going to be 5-on-3 for basically the remainder. They just added time to the first penalty. They're going to have to redo that. 34 seconds was on the first minor. While they figure out the penalties here. Say, I've been calling games for about 10 years now, and a crease violation is the first time I've seen that one called in a game. So I want to see what they have to say about that. I'm going to have a quick question with somebody about it. So that's the wrong way. So first penalty is up. Well, they're doing the shuffle with the penalty score here. So what I had was 35 seconds is the correct time remaining. 34 seconds was on the first penalty because it was going to expire with the second remaining in the period. And then another 2-minute minor on top of it. They'll go the opposite direction, which should not be okay. I do hold one rule very sacred. The officials have the final call on everything. I'm just somebody up here with a microphone and calling these games. So, however, it does make a difference. If this does expire through the end of the period, it does make them start with 3 players. There it is. There it is. That's at least, they put down to 33 seconds on the first penalty. So it does go back. Linneman up. Will win the faceoff back across. McCaddy. McCaddy shot tipped in front. 29 seconds remaining in the period. Back up. Volok keeps it into the zone. Volok, top of the circles, throws one across. McCaddy. McCaddy shot. Scores! St. McCaddy gives the Knoch Knights a 4-2 lead on the power play. 17.9 seconds remaining in the second frame. Power play goal for McCaddy. That is his 18th of the season, his second of the game. Another power play goal. 4-2 is your score. I'll verify that was his second. I'm pretty sure. That's just off the top of my head. Apologies, that was his first of the game. His 17th of the season and 5th power play goal, tying Linneman for the team lead. This is 4 seconds remaining, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going to head into the ice cut with your score, the Knoch Knights 4, the Burrell Bucks 2. We'll be back with your third period after all this. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night here on Pittsburgh Hockey Digest and 10band.tv.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
All right, I had to keep up my appearances with the commissioners, so we're going to do a quick out-of-town scoreboard as we're here. Looks like we're having a little bit of an issue with Stat Tracker and on the PIHL website, so we're going to talk about the games right now. Pine Richland leading Seneca Valley 3-2, heading in to the third period. I'm sorry, I had to look at that twice. Let me rephrase that one more time. Pine Richland leading Seneca Valley 3-2 heading into the third frame. I believe that is on the 10-band TV right now. Colin Campbell, 2 goals. Carter Hone and for Seneca Valley, Carson Bazile with the goal for Pine Richland to go ahead, and Carson Lindbergh to bring it back within a goal. I'll tell you what, Seneca Valley having their way in AAA with everybody this season. Pine Richland coming on strong here in the second half. Burrell and Knoch, that's your game right now you're watching. 4-2, they are slowly starting to update that. They did just get the stats in there for us. Volok with the goal to open it up. Burrell gets goals from Wall and Rosa. Drew Ross gave us a 2-2 game heading out of the first on a power play. Then 3 straight power play goals for the Knoch Knights as Linneman and St. John McCaddy get them in the goal. Get them there. 12 shots, 8 saves for Munda. On the opposite side, Knoch, 14 shots, 12 saves for Helsel. Palmer Imaging Arena, we head down. Norwin leading Wheeling Park 5-1. Brody Bobin with 3 goals for the Knights. A hat trick in the first period, split by a Josh Toth goal. Jonah Andredovic with the goal for the Knights in the second, and Luke Simonetti getting Wheeling on the board late in that second period. Haley Hastings starting, getting pulled. Alex Shape in the net now for the Patriots, the Knights. Connor Lovenfoss, 20 saves on 21 shots. Up to Hess. Neshannock trailing Wilmington. Wilmington. I have to rephrase that to myself. Neshannock trailing Wilmington 3-2. I say that 16 times because I don't know what's going on in the PIHL tonight, but a couple really big upsets in the making. Cavelli getting a goal for Neshannock, then goals from Rogers, Miller, and Rogers again for the Greyhounds. Neshannock's Lancers get a goal from Grant Hennon to make it 3-2. Connor Michaels getting the start, 17 saves for the Greyhounds. Trip Johns, 17 saves for Neshannock. Real quick, Moon leading Freeport 7-1, and Franklin Regional Fox Chapel starting in about 10 minutes. We're coming back here with your third frame live from Frozen Pond Arena. I'm Brian Mitchell. This is Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night here. A little bit up Route 8 for you. PIHL hockey. 17 minutes to go. Knoch still has a power play for 1:25 on what was a unsportsmanlike conduct on the Burrell bench. Let me verify that before I start making comments about things that I don't know anything about, but it's going to be Forrest Baird winning the face-off forward, and we're underway here in the third frame. They're updating the stats as we go. Christie brings it into the zone, looking around, hit by Snyder. Taliani will dump this one in the length of the ice. Chasing it down are the Knoch Knights. Linneman brings it out of the zone. It's going to be carried out by Linneman. Head of steam, gets around Taliani, but Baird, nice little job to break it up. Christie will touch it on an offside call. 16:27 remaining in the third frame. Had a little conversation with the student section. They really appreciated the being known as the Void. Can't see anything to my left. Linneman and Burkett. Listen, it's all about those student sections. I used to run a sweepstakes for the best student section in the PIHL, Mitch's Challenge. McCaddy's shot goes wide of the cage. 40 seconds. I know the players enjoy having the friends and family and all the other students come out to the games and enjoy it. These D2 teams, you don't get too many student sections with the grouping of teams. But they're doing a great job here. That comes up Volek back for Linneman. Back to Volek. He'll carry this one in. Gets around the defender Rosa. Gets tied up. Rosa's nice job by Rose to clear the puck. It's going to be picked up by Linneman. Gets around a defender. That's Rosa. Into the zone. Linneman has McCaddy. Throws one through. It's going to go past him. It's going to be picked up and carried out. Coming out of the zone is Rosa. Has Sheftik to his left. Can't get around the defender. That was Volek. Penalty has expired. We are back here at full strength. Goes back into the void. Wall up for Taliani. He'll throw one. It just goes on the inside. Christie tips this one out and does make it out. Dante Taliani regroups, carries it out of the zone, brings it in. Shot, glove, save. Helsel. He'll hold on to it. Another face-off coming up here to the right. The senior netminder from Knoch. Brady Helsel. Keeping the Knights in this contest 4-2 right now. Of course, these two teams will face off again in a month and a day, 32 days from now, at the RMU Island Sports Center. I'm sorry, at the Pittsburgh Ice Arena. I thought I was going to RMU on Monday. PIA on the 15th of January at 8:15. Knoch at Burrell. They'll close out this season series. One of those non-divisional D2 game series. Some teams get to play. Wall with Swaney. Will bounce that one out. Hensel. Back up to the point. Goes back down. Picked up by Ziegler. He'll regroup. Taliani into the zone. Brings it around. Looks around. Has Suman at the point. He's going to hide around in the void. He's going to come back out. And it'll come out of the zone. Picked up by Myers. Myers brings the puck in. Just dumps it in behind. Around Hensel. Will go in with Knoch. Back up. McIntyre watches as it go around for Myers. Davis into the corner. Davis tries to get around a couple defenders. He picked up and ran into the wall. Was Suman. That will go back around. Ziegler chases down, but McIntyre gets to it first. Back around Taliani. The captain will get separated temporarily, but he'll get the puck back, and he's going to throw this one out. And ladies and gentlemen, somebody's going home with a souvenir tonight. No fans were hurt in the making of that play. 13:52 remaining in the third. Have another face-off coming down to the left of Munda, and it's going to be cleared across. Rose is going to carry it out of the zone. Rose will just dump this one in deep. Has Baird coming around. It's going to go into the void. Holm will hand out around the corner. It'll come back down. I have no clue what's going on. It's going to be picked up by Linneman, and he's going to dump this one back down past McCaddy, up around Burkett. Burkett dumps this one in to the near corner. Davis will pick up the puck in the fly. It's got a little bit of pressure there from Baird. It's going to be dropped right back down. Volok watches it come down into the corner. That's going to be dumped around and picked up. Coming out, Linneman. Linneman has Davis. Throws one over for Davis, but can't get to it. Going down to clear it was Snyder, and Snyder watches as the puck comes back out. Baird will chase it down with Christie on him. Back around Davis. Drops one down. It'll be picked up. Oh, big hit in the near corner. Back up, and Christie will pick it up on the fly. Has a little bit of help here. Christie comes in, looks for the shot, throws one into the near corner. Big hit by Baird on Savannah. Back out, picking it up is Rose. Back out for Weiland. Zach Weiland across. Over for Volok. He'll slow play it with 12:26 remaining. Carrying it out is Tyson Volok. It'll be dumped back down and cleared out. McIntyre. It's a hard time with the first play. Back to Weiland. Weiland brings it in. He'll just drop it across. Back out McIntyre. Shot. Tipped down. Rebound comes across. Oh. Munda comes across and makes the save. It's going to come back down. It's going to be Savannah throwing one through there. Up for Swaney. Swaney's shot just gets blocked in front. It's going to be picked up and carrying it out is Braden Snyder. He'll just take a puck and throw it across where McIntyre will block it. Snyder, one more time, throws one into the near corner. Sounds like there was a big hit down there, but it cleared out. Back around Munda. Ross behind the cage, throws one around for Sheftik. Sheftik. Watch this one get dumped out by Kilgore, and that's going to be an icing call. 11:27 remaining in the third frame. Once again, we're going to have another contest after this one. Butler is going to host the North Hills Indians in a single A matchup. Butler having a fantastic season this year. Linneman steps in with Burkett. It'll be won by, oh, that's on net and save made by Munda on a heads-up play. Rosa gets hit by Knoch. Back around Davis behind the cage. We'll get ahead of steam, try to get around a couple blue defenders. Stick check temporarily. Nice play by Baird to throw it back into the zone. In front of the student section, it'll be passed around. Looking for McCaddy, he gets double played on that. Linneman will pick up the puck and carry it out. Gets around one defender, head of steam. Linneman throws one through, nobody home. Sheftik will dump this one into the corner. Knoch will throw this one back, finds Linneman. Linneman waits, thinks about it, takes a little bit of pressure from Sheftik. Back up to the point. Davis shot, looks for the tip of fresh. Save made Munda. Rebound comes out. Boris Baird will carry it across. It'll be picked up by Burkett, and he'll clear this one in back to Davis. Went back down. Suman across for Sheftik. Bounces one past McIntyre. It'll go a couple defenders, and St. John McCaddy comes the other way. Goes 2-on-2. Now 2-on-3. Coming around. Myers shot blocked. Rebound comes down. McIntyre can't get to it. Taliani with the keep. Up across. Wall can't touch that one. It's going to come back out, and we have ourselves an interference call. And that is going to be on Myers. Power play coming up for the Bucks. Down 2. Myers goes off for the interference minor. Burrell, 34.8% on the power play. Penalty kill for Knoch, 78%. Here we go. 4-2 is your score. 10-10 remaining in the frame. Baird behind the cage. Back down. Volok will just dump this one out of the zone, and Suman will chase this one down. Munda leaves one around. Suman loses the puck. Christie throws one through. Out it comes. Into the zone. Up for Burkett. Burkett throws one down in the corner. Up in, shot on. We'll go save to the half wall. Home leaves one down for Baird. Baird on the backhand looking for Holm. That'll come back out past Suman in the length of the ice. 1:08 remaining in the power play for the Bucks. Munda plays it up for Suman. He'll pass all the way up to Baird. Baird across for Holm, but it's going to go out. Burkett can't get to it. Lindemann has the opportunity coming the other way. Lindemann coming in, shot. Save made off the blocker. Munda. Holm backhands one out. That'll come across for Lindemann. Getting another opportunity on it. Lindemann through, shot, glove, save by Munda. 9 minutes remaining, 42 seconds remaining on the power play. Face-off coming to the left of the Burrell cage. Lindemann with 2 solid shots and opportunities here in the third on the short-handed chance. Lindemann, of course, make sure you get that right. A short-handed goal on the season for Knoch. Will take the face-off. He's going to try to play one forward. Lindemann playing possessed here today. Wall is going to carry this one out of the zone. Jared Wall and around a couple defenders into the void. There's one up on the short side. It's going to be saved by Helsel. Rebound comes out. Rose carries one on the half wall. Rose around Snyder. Snyder throws one down to the half wall. Back to Snyder. Shot slow. Helsel with the save. Puck goes out of play. 12 seconds remaining in the power play. 8:30 remaining in regulation. Shots are 16-14 in favor of Burrell. The Bucks getting pucks on late here after Knoch. Gets a couple opportunities from Lindemann. Back around. Knoch will dump this one into the zone. Back around Munda. Back for Snyder. He'll throw one up on the half wall. Kept in Wall. Penalty has expired. Carrying it out is Wall. They'll get dumped in. Davis falling down through the play. Knoch lets this one go out to Sheftik. Sheftik up around Rosa. Rosa battles on the half wall. It's going to come down to Sheftik around. Rose waits, thinks about it. The wheels back up to the half wall. And Rosa gets the point in front of the penalty. Rose heads back to the points. Sheftik battles with Davis and Front. It'll come back out, dumped up. Rosa around for Rose. Back to Rosa. They'll regroup, being knocked down there by Ross. Ross on the backhand gets it past Suman. But chasing it down is Boda. Munda with 7:30 remaining in regulation. Burrell trailing 4-2 here to Knoch. Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night. Brian Mitchell, thank you for joining me from Frozen Pond Arena. Back around Boda. It's on 10 Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Kilgore in the near corner. I have no clue what's going on once again. It's going on a lot longer this time. I'm not sure. It's going to pop out, and it's going to be picked up and carried out by Savannah. That was about 20 seconds of void time. Carrying it in, the Bucks. It'll be shot on by Ziegler. Go back into the near corner. And the official calls something. Based on what I hear, it's going against the Bucks. It's going to be Ziegler. Going to be an interference call, and it's going to be a Knoch power play coming up. 3 power play goals on the night already. Heading back to the advantage. As Brody Ziegler, the sophomore, heads off for an interference call. Lindemann will win the faceoff back to the point. Volok across for McCaddy. McCaddy throws one. Oh, it's going to tip around to Lindemann. Back over for Volok. Volok sets up the offense. Back to Lindemann. Lindemann thinks about it. Gets a little bit of pressure there from Sheftik. Nice play by Sheftik to separate the puck temporarily. Pressure by Christie comes back. Lindemann to Christie. Christie around McCaddy. Shot. Oh, he throws one off the glove of Munda and out of play. 6:17 remaining here in the third frame. Minute 37 remaining on the advantage. Face-off coming up to the left of Munda. Linneman steps in. It's going to be one back. Volok. Volok back to Christie. Back to Volok. Volok wearing the Wyland 9. Knoch wearing the 13 this evening. Linneman back down for Christie. Christie for Linneman. Battle in front between Snyder and Ross. Back around McCaddy. They'll drop back. McCaddy over. Shot on. Christie just wide of the cage, and that one's going to go out of the zone. 1:01 remaining on the minor, the interference minor to Ziegler. Back out, dumping in. Volok is going to watch the puck get thrown around. Baird's going to tip this one back out to Sheftik, who just takes the puck and dumps it deep. 45 seconds to go in the penalty. Linneman leaves one behind. That's going to be Volok. One over for Linneman. Has McCaddy behind him. He'll run the pistol. Back down, Linneman. Throws one in front, looking for Knoch. Nobody home. It's going to be picked up and cleared up, but not all the way out, as Volok's going to stop it at center. McCaddy regroups with 15 seconds remaining in the advantage. McCaddy into the zone. Brings one in. Looks for the wrap. Holds one-handed on the backhand. It's going to dump back in. Linneman in the near wall. Linneman chasing it out. A buck draped all over him, and carrying it out is Rosa. Rosa with an opportunity. Rosa gets around a defender. Volok with the breakup. Penalty has expired. And we're going to come back in. Baird, nice little playback for Linneman, up for Rosa. It'll come back out to the point. It'll be shot on by Hensel. Back for Rosa. I got two Rosses, a Helsel, a Hensel. I've got a Munda, a McCaddy, two Wylands, but only one named Wyland. It's been a wild game here to figure out the names. Back down into the corner. Eddie home. And two Talianis. I forgot about them. McIntyre will dump this one in deep on a Rose and a Rosa. And two Rosses. Back down for home. Christie battles along the half wall. It'll be dumped back around. Burkett leaves it. It's going to come back out. Davis with the shot. It's going to be blocked. It's going to be by Snyder. Snyder and Davis fall into the wall. It's going to be dumped down. That's going down the length. Icing is the call. 3:16 remaining in regulation. Knoch leading Burrell 4-2. Now stay here if you're watching on the 10-band TV app. On the Berg Hockey Live channel, it's going to be North Hills and Butler up next. Check out our other coverage. North Catholic about to host second half of Mr. Popchalk's doubleheader from Burrell tonight. Got a bunch, and another puck up along the boards gets kept in. Nice around. It comes back out. Picked up by Wall. Wall out of the zone. Wall shot, save made, rebound. Oh, Wyland with the actual save. It's coming back out, and the student section loud. Face off to the right of Helsel. Knoch looking for their 9th consecutive victory after starting the season 0-3. Back up for Ross. Throws one through. It's going to be save. Rebound comes back out. Penalty coming up. Oh. Weiland's heading off. Now here's the follow-up. They did not get the retaliatory, so Weiland heads off. It's going to be a power play for the Bucks. Power play down to 2:36 remaining in regulation. Something, 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 Mom Spaghetti. Here we go. Taliani and Linneman will step in, the captains. So we won back to the point. Snyder around Davis. Throw this one around. And we will find out what happens momentarily as Davis comes back and dumps this one around for McCaddy. McCaddy does just barely get it out with 2:21 remaining in regulation. That'll be dumped in to Baird. Baird gets around a defender, shot on, save Helsel. Goes into the far corner. Rose. Goes one up for Taliani, does come out. Chasing it down is Snyder. Snyder into his own zone. 1:59 remaining in regulation. 1:20 remaining in the power play for the Bucks. Down by 2. Up it comes. Out goes Suman. Suman gets hit, I assume, around back past Snyder. McCaddy slow plays it. It's going to drop back. Christie with a little bit of pressure. Munda plays it out for Snyder. 1:34 remaining in regulation. 55 seconds in the power play. Snyder throws one out. Picked up and carried in by Suman. Shot on. Save made on a shot by Baird. Rebound. Ross goes into the half wall. Goes up. Baird shot just wide of the cage. Goes back down. Bullock will dump this one out. Sheftick, 31 seconds remaining in a power play. 1:06 remaining in regulation. That'll be dumped all the way back out to the point. Net is empty to our right. Taliani playing center field, brings it in, gets it on outside. Taliani, for your white shirts, comes on. Baird, opportunity wall, looking for the backhand, scores! Jared Wall with his second of the contest, and it's 4-3 with 51.9 seconds remaining in regulation. Timeout Burrell. We'll be back momentarily.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Jared Wall getting his second of the contest to bring things within 52 seconds remaining in the regulation. Shots are 20-14 in favor of the Burrell Bucks. That was a 6-on-4 goal. Penalty will expire. They're going to go 5-on-5. Probably get possession and Munda out to try to get that extra attacker on as fast as possible. One thing we talked in the pregame with Nick Minton was the Knights learning how to play with a lead. Well, Burrell is not an easy team to play against. It's going to be won by Weiland. He takes a big hit to our left, and he's down. He hasn't gotten up. They call the whistle here. 42.5 seconds left. Weiland is still down. He's rolling. Be back momentarily.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. FiberNew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Are you ready to take your...
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair?
Weiland is still down in front of us. The EMT is checking on him right now. It just seemed like the intensity was ramping up, and a hit as Weiland was turning into it from the front through his back into the wall. He is up and moving. EMT is checking him out directly in front of us. They are going to get him up under his own power. He's heading back to the bench. You always hate to see that, especially late in the passion of the game. They'll regroup. 42.5 seconds remaining here in regulation. Face-off just outside of the Burrell zone. 4-3, Knoch leading. But Weiland, one of their most consistent defenders, out of the game temporarily. Linneman will drop this one back. Davis will dump this one in behind around 38 seconds remaining. This one will come up. Taliani up for Wall. Wall with Linneman. Linneman just backhands this one back in. Taliani throws one across for Suman. 28 seconds remaining. Back out. Baird takes the hit across. It's going to be picked up by Knoch. He'll dump that back in. Suman around 20 seconds remaining. They can't get out of the zone. It's going to be dumped back in by Knoch. Picked up, carried out by Suman. Suman into the zone. Suman gets around a defender. Linneman will pick it up and just dump this one out. 7 seconds remaining in regulation. Taliani up for Burkett. Burkett's going to try to dump it. It's going to go up, hit the roof with 2 seconds remaining. See what they call here. Let's see if they add any time to the clock. 1 second to go. It's going to be outside of the zone anyway. It's going to drop it with a second remaining. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. The Knoch Knights are going to win their 9th in a row here at Frozen Pond Arena. And they go celebrate in the void. 4-3 is your final score. Thank you for joining us here for PIHL Hockey, Berg Hockey Live, Berg Hockey Night on 10-Band TV and Pittsburgh Hockey Digest. Stick around. We have North Hills and Butler. Following this contest, I'm Brian Mitchell. We'll see you in a bit.